Hello, everybody. Ana Cruz, Jane Castor here. We are here to talk about the preparation of the Castor Cruise Thanksgiving. And it's mostly cruise. The Castor part is in the consumption of the wonderful food.
That's okay, but I love cooking for our family because they love to eat, and this is one of my favorite times of year. I don't often get to cook this extensively because we're rather busy, but I'm going to share with you one of our family's favorite dishes, and then as we make it and prepare it, we're going to talk a little bit about Thanksgiving in our household and what it means to be grateful to us, and also about taking precautions this Thanksgiving so that our relatives can remain safe and healthy for next Thanksgiving. So,
Yes, without a doubt. And that's one of the things that I want to underscore is that we all have a very, very safe Thanksgiving. You know, this has been an unprecedented year with the pandemic, but we still have a lot to be thankful for. But this year, instead of having the normal family gatherings for us,
I don't know, that's not normal. I mean,
that's usually about 20 or 30
Yes.
for us at a Thanksgiving. It's just going to be Anna and I, and we are going to be sharing through Zoom and through other ways, just coming up with some creative ways to be able to celebrate Thanksgiving and all that we have to be thankful for, and then to look forward to 2021 and having everyone around the table for our old-fashioned Thanksgiving celebration. So again, we ask everyone to be responsible. I know everybody is fatigued with COVID, but if you could just for another month or two, we have a vaccine that will be here in January, but please wear your mask at all times unless you're eating or drinking, and just practice the simple rules you've heard over and over. Distance separation, washing your hands, those simple steps to avoid transmitting COVID-19. And we can all have a wonderful, wonderful traditional Thanksgiving celebration in 2021.
with that being said, and I also invite people to try something new and something different in their kitchen that they haven't normally done, and that's and share with it. Share it with us rather, on Facebook, and send in your new recipes and what you're doing in your household as well.
And I'll volunteer to come and test it.
And what you're cooking. So we're going to start with I think my favorite dish. It's very time consuming, but it is my special stuffing. It's a cornbread stuffing. And everything that in our household for Thanksgiving, I believe, really starts with a very good broth and stock, and that's really a vegetable stock. I use parsnips, onions, chicken stock, rosemary, thyme, sage, fresh sage, and a little bit of butter, or a lot of butter. So this will be the base for our gravy, for our stuffing as well, and anything else that we cook that just needs a little bit of moisture. This is critical, and we'll start with how we make the stuffing. So I have here one of Jane's favorites, sausage. I use a mix of hot sausage, sage sausage, and mild sausage, and I've already browned it for us. Fresh onions, fresh celery, salt and pepper. And people tend to really be cautious about how much seasoning they add, but over season, what people think is over seasoning is really not. And then I roasted some butternut squash last night. And I'll fold that into the cornbread stuffing when I'm close to it, because it's a little bit mushy. And then we are going to saute this with homemade compound butter that I made last night with fresh herbs, and I ground it up in a Roboku or Cuisinart and made the herbs really, really fine, and then I folded that into real butter, and I saran wrapped it and froze it overnight, and then you can use it throughout the course of for everything that you're cooking actually. So we'll start with this.
So this is not a calorie cutting meal here. This is all goodness.
Yeah, butter's not bad.
Yeah. And I have the important job of stirring.
And chopping.
And chopping, I do that too.
And browning.
Mm-hmm. Multi-skilled.
Exactly,
Right.
multi-skilled. So we're gonna do like the Food TV Network abbreviated version, where we show you that we're going to stir this. Jane, I'll let you do that. So what else goes into the stuffing is I use a little bit of homemade and a little bit of like store-bought. So this is your Pepperidge Farm regular cornbread stuffing, and then I buy also cornbread, like they sell pre-made, because this is really sweet, and I like the sweetness in the stuffing. And I make mine because of the spicy sausage. So I usually just fold that into a dish, and I'll break it up. This mixture will go in here, and you can do that whenever you're ready.
All right, you don't want it sauteed all the way.
So I just fold this mixture in with the cornbread stuffing.
We need like a Vanna White.
I know, right? There we go. And so then I'm going to also add butternut squash.
Mm.
And you can like add really, a lot of your favorites to this too. Some people, sometimes I make mushrooms. Jane's not much of a mushroom person, but I am. And cranberries or walnuts or chopped apples are really good too. And so this is where the broth goes in.
Oh, this is the goodness here.
This is the goodness right here. And then I top it off with some of our compound butter. And then I bake it. And that's really, I say that's it, but it is, it's a lot of ingredients, right?
But it is good. And the leftovers, the longer it sits, the better it gets.
Okay. This is going into the oven, 350, and because the ingredients are really already cooked, you really just want the broth to really seep in and make the cornbread nice and fluffy. And if it's too dry, just keep on adding more broth, and it'll come out great. Ooh. Holly, what are you thankful for in our household this year?
All right.
Our health.
Right. We are thankful for our health, thankful for our wonderful children who are seniors in college right now. We are thankful for Dessa. Come here, Dessa. Dessa, the office dog, who is probably very thankful that she'll be getting some of the remnants, the scraps from Thanksgiving. So she's very, very thankful.
As well as our other dogs.
As well
we
as
never
the
talk
other
about
dogs.
our other dogs.
I know. We have, well, that's because we have too many dogs. One of those families that people talk about.
So while the stuffing is in the oven for a few more minutes, I'm going to talk a little bit about how I did this turkey breast rather this year, because I didn't want to do a big turkey because it's only the two of us, and it's a waste. So this is just like a butterball boneless turkey breast, and it comes in a mesh bag. I took the mesh bag off of it, and it's about 3 parts, and so I laid it out flat, and I stuffed the inside of it with regular stuffing, and then I tied it up, and then I actually cooked this in the Instapot, and the broth that I used was a can of beer, and then this chicken stock, and And then it took 30 minutes in the Instapot, and then I just browned it in the oven right now. So we're gonna cut this and see how it turned out. So this is our first cooking show.
Hopefully not the last.
Yeah, hopefully not the last. So thank you for bearing with us for a little bit as we kind of like get comfortable with our production. We're not quite Food Network star quality yet, but maybe one day. Wouldn't that be great? And so I serve these. It almost looks like a roulade or like a rollatini, rather. But you can see. Oops, you can see the stuffing. Oh, there we go. That's what Mom says. Growing up, my mother always said, "Oh, let me taste that. I just want to make sure it's not poisonous."
Yeah.
And I'd giggle. We'd laugh so hard. And actually, my mom and my grandmother and my brother all really cook really very well.
That is so good.
Mike, we got some food over here for you as well.
Oh my goodness.
I'm good.
Yeah, it is. It's very moist, very tender.
And I think that's the beauty of the
Instapot.
of the Instapot is that it's a pressure cooker, so it's not drying out anything. Yeah, it is moist. So I would usually serve turkey breast with some gravy that I didn't make yet, and some of this cornbread stuffing with compound butter. And it really is all about seasoning, flavor. Don't be afraid to really season your food. I did brine the turkey breast overnight, and that really helps keep it moist and give it a lot of flavor on the inside. And the more fresh herbs and the more fresh vegetables you can use, the better. I try not to use anything really out of the cupboard, particularly when I'm cooking for Thanksgiving. Everything is fresh vegetables, fresh herbs, and a lot of love.
No. How sweet.
And so we just wanted to wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving from
Our family to yours.
Yes, the Castor Cruz family to yours. And we'll get a little bit better at this, so thanks for being patient with us. Next time maybe we'll have some funny jokes. But stay tuned, because I'm going to be posting some other recipes and fresh green beans, biscuits.
Great green beans. Ooh,
Great green
biscuits.
beans. Biscuits, tomato pie, which is my mom's famous recipe, and candied yams with marshmallows and flavored candied pecans. And I'm gonna actually do those candied pecans myself. And we look forward to sharing that with you all as well. From the Castor Cruz family, we are wishing you a very happy Thanksgiving and safe. That's awesome.
That's some good stuff.
You know what else is awesome? These platters. So when the boys were young, we would take them to a ceramic store, which is still in Hyde Park. Color me something. And the boys were, probably 9 at the time, and we made this platter in 2009, and then we made this platter in 2010, and it talks about everything that we're grateful for. And it's really sweet. These are directly from the boys, like what they were grateful for: our family, our friends, our talents. Jake, who was one of our dogs. Sully, who was another one of our dogs. Our school, our home, our health,
Community.
our fish, because we have a pond. Our moms,
Which they have a lot of.
which they do have a lot of. And the love of others, which I thought was really sweet. And this one's another one. Our family, again, friends, food, our moms, our health, and again, the love of others. And somehow along the way, these got busted up, but we were able to glue them back together.
And the artistic talent behind them is Anna. Anna was the one who did all of the writing, the designs, and then we just helped paint.
And their school projects.